What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Peter Hood, sports analyst, back at you with another vid. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. If you haven't already, please hit that bell at the top right hand corner. Keep up on my notifications. Like I said, tell a friend, tell a friend. Try to get me to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live. I want the videos to be a little bit more uncandid. That's kind of the reason why I haven't dropped a video in a while. It's because I've recorded this video probably about realistically 5 times, and I'm just not happy with my content lately. So I haven't uploaded any videos, but I've been working very hard and trying to come with some content that I'm more satisfied with more than the subscribers. I'm sure there's probably a couple videos that I made that you guys probably would have been like, that's cool, that's interesting, but it just wasn't enough for me. Moving right along. Still, well, the biggest conversation in sports still is the Kaepernick situation, and there's so many different dynamics that go into the situation. And I want to be clear is that I'm a person who can look at the situation from both sides. So basically, I'm looking at the glass half empty and half full at the same time. The NFL plays a part in what went on in the Colin Kaepernick situation, and Colin Kaepernick and his girl play a part in what happened in the situation also. And I add his girl in it because I was watching the game last night, and it just kind of made me realize how fitting the Baltimore system would have been for Kaepernick. But don't let me move too far ahead. Let's kind of go back to the workout. The workout the NFL had, the NFL had initiated a workout, and a lot of people are probably asking questions like, well, why now? Why after 3 years is the NFL interested in having them do a workout? Well, for the people that are not up to speed with what's been going on, but Jay-Z has a new position with the NFL where he's, I don't know the exact title of what it is, but I guess head of social injustice, which, I mean, to me is kind of a bad title to me, just because, I mean, I don't know. It just seems odd to me. But that is Jay-Z's position. And if you've been watching some of the new NFL commercials and stuff like that, they now have rap music. Like, I've seen probably 2 or 3 different NFL commercials with some Jadakiss music in the background. So I guess they're trying to make it a little bit more urban. So with that came, it's been speculated that Jay-Z initiated the workout for Colin Kaepernick. If he did, I mean, much respect to Jay-Z for initiating that, because it's been 3 long years and he hasn't got a workout. So they initiated the workout. They told him, be here this Saturday, yada, yada, yada. I don't know the exact terms or what it was that they let him know, or what they, or if they told him who his wide receivers were going to be and all that. All of that shit has been speculated, that he didn't know who his wide receivers were going to be, and he didn't know this and he didn't know that. And the NFL's coming back saying, well, we did tell him this and we did tell him that. Whatever the case, this is how I see it. As a person that used to play football, as a person that had a dream of being a professional athlete at one time, I'm far too old now, but a person that had dreams of being a professional athlete at one time, there wasn't one thing in the world that I was going to let stop me from trying to gain that opportunity. So if the NFL called me today, even being too old, being out of shape, being lack of wind, all of the extra shit, if the NFL called me today and said, show up here on Saturday, we're going to give you a workout, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I am going to show up to the workout, and I'm going to do my best to try to prove that this is where I belong. So, my situation and Colin Kaepernick's situation, two completely different situations. I'm willing to sign the paper. I don't give a fuck what it's entailing. I work a regular job every day. I don't make $1 million a year. I don't even make $500,000 a year. So, I would take the chance. Now, like I said, me and Colin Kaepernick's situation is much different. So, some people have been saying the waiver is pretty common for a combine workout. Some people said it didn't. It wasn't. Well, even if it wasn't, we got to understand that the NFL is put in a situation that they've never been in before. Okay? We're talking about somebody who sued them, won, got paid, and now they're given the opportunity to get a job again. So, anybody out there, you don't think that the NFL is going to try to cover their ass and not get sued again by offering him another job? We're talking about $1 billion company here. They're not going to give him the leverage to try to sue them again. So I completely understand where they're coming from with the waiver stating that this is not a guarantee for a job and you can't sue us when this is all said and done. Being he's been out of the league for 3 years. They have no clue what his skills are like. So let's just say if he shows up, he stinks the place up, he thinks he does great, but all the scouts and everybody else on the outside says he did terrible, he was horrible, he didn't have the arm power that he had before. Let's just say, for instance, hypothetically, that happens, and no team is interested, and they say, we don't want nothing to do with you. He could have came back and filed another suit on them and say, they're still colluding against me still, right now. But it was all on him that he went and stuck the place up, right? Which wasn't the case, because regardless to wherever he had the workout at, some people, the 8 people or 6 teams or however many teams it was that showed up, said that his arm power was elite. Okay? So, he had elite arm power, but you really can't tell exactly what he can do until you put defense out there. Because, I mean, anybody, the worst quarterback in the league, could look like he has elite arm power when just playing catch with a couple of his friends. I have elite arm power when I'm playing catch with a couple of my friends. But I was a quarterback at one time. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not taking anything from him. What I'm saying is that the workout really wasn't a great gauge to see. I mean, if they would have put him through a combine type workout, then I could kind of understand. But that workout was kind of a bad gauge. So, needless to say, he had the workout set up, and he decides he doesn't want to sign the waiver to waive his rights to not be able to sue them again. I kind of feel a couple of different ways about it, because I'm looking at it like, if this is really his dream, this is the shot that he wants, it shouldn't be about whether you have the opportunity to sue them again. If this is really what you want, and you know that you can go and outperform anybody that they put up against you, you can get a job, you can earn a job, you're willing to take any possible role you can get just to get back in the league and show them, then me personally, I think you should have showed up and did the workout. Now, other people might feel different, and I'm not taking anything away from Colin Kaepernick. I stand by the cause that he fought for and all of that, but now it's starting to kind of seem like it's not really about the cause anymore. It's starting to seem like it's kind of, he wants to kind of sun the NFL at this point. And if that's what it's about, I think kind of makes a lot of people that have been supporting them, and a lot of people that's been kind of saying, you know, what's been going on, kind of makes them look kind of crazy. And that's kind of the reason why I've said I've had to record this video 4 or 5 different times, is because I didn't want it to come off like I'm trying to support one side. I want my opinion to be straight down the middle, because just like I said, I can kind of see it from both places. I can kind of see it from NFL's aspect of where they're trying to cover their own ass and not lose millions of dollars again, which it's just a drop in the bucket for them. Even the amount of money that he got from his settlement has been speculated, but let's think about it. Some people have said it's 10 million. Some people have said it's 80 million. Like, I don't know how much it is. They gave him a gag order to where he can't even speak on it or say how much it is. But let's say even if it was 32 million, all the NFL has to do is call around and tell each team, we're going to need $1 million from you to give to this guy. It's a drop in the bucket for them. We're talking about $1 billion, hundreds of billions of dollars a company here. Come on. So, that would have been a drop in the bucket. So even if it was 32 million, it's absolutely nothing. So he goes, he knocks the workout out, and still to this day they're saying that no teams have contacted him, which kind of is not surprising just because of the way he went about doing the workout, because that's kind of not like there's no fast track to the NFL. There's no cutting corners. Even though they initiated it, you can't say, well, I'm not okay with the way that you guys are doing things, so I'm just gonna hold my own workout over here. That's like you get an interview at McDonald's and you tell them, no, I'm not feeling the way you guys doing things. Meet me over at Arby's for the interview. Like it doesn't work like that. I understand what he was trying to do, but when he went about it that way, it kind of was like a writing in the sand. And if you really think about it, that's something that he probably had to have set up in advance. I mean, it happened on a Saturday, and it was at a local high school, so it's not like it's something that he just called on Saturday and was like, oh, I need to get the field. Like, no, I think this is something that he had pre-planned, and I don't think he ever really had plans on going to the workout in the first place. That's my opinion. I think that it was all, he was just going to see how much they were going to let him get away with, and if he was going to call it off and have his workout over here, if the NFL was really that interested in him, they would switch all their plans and go over where he was at. But I mean, that cost the NFL money to do that. They had Hugh Jackson there. I'm sure he wasn't doing it. He was supposed to be the person who was supposed to be running the workout. I'm sure he wasn't doing it just for free, just to be there. But I mean, they had to have somebody there to kind of go through the drills. And from what I'm hearing is that Hugh Jackson had been in communication with his team all the way up to 50 minutes before the workout, letting them know what drills they're going to be doing, letting them know how it's going to go. And word is they weren't allowing him to bring his own wide receivers for health reasons, not for health reasons, but for the waiver, to sign the waivers, because they don't want anybody to come there and get hurt. There could be somebody, they could come there and say, dude, the Atlanta Falcons turf is horrible. I went out there, tore my Achilles, I'll never work again, and now they gotta pay him. But if Colin Kaepernick didn't want to sign the waivers, chances are he's gonna tell his wide receivers to not sign the waivers. Moving right along. There was some years back, right when Colin Kaepernick opted out of his San Fran deal, there was a couple teams that were on the table to sign him. One of the teams being the Baltimore Ravens. Now, that deal was nixed by his girl. So going back to the beginning of this video, when I stated him and his girl are at fault here, that deal was nixed by his girl when she tweeted a picture of the owner of the Baltimore Ravens and Ray Lewis, and compared them to Samuel L. Jackson and Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Django. Now, if you know, I'm not sure, not too many of you guys probably are familiar with the movie Django. If you are, It's about a slave owner and house Negro, to say the least. The slave who works in the house. So she compared Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson to those people, and that kind of nixed the deal. Once the Baltimore Ravens seen that, they kind of said, well, we don't want nothing to do with this dude if his girl's gonna be tweeting out shit like that. And I completely understand where they're coming from with that. So I was watching the game last night, and Lamar Jackson completely tore it up. He completely tore the goddamn he completely tore the Rams up. Like there's no other words that you could put on that besides the fact he tore the fucking Rams up. So after he leaves out the game from tearing the fucking Rams up, RG3 comes in. As soon as RG3 comes in, now I already knew that RG3 was on the team, but once he came in, it was like everything came full circle to me. And I was just thinking, like, the offense that they're running, the two quarterbacks that they have here, it to me it all made sense that the Ravens were really interested in signing Colin Kaepernick. The offense that they run and the two quarterbacks that they have there right now, in my opinion, is proof that they 100% were planning on signing Colin Kaepernick. Now, Lamar Jackson was the backup plan. There probably wouldn't be no RG3 there if they would have signed Colin Kaepernick. They probably would have brought Lamar Jackson in to back him up, you know, to take over the team after it's all said and done. But like I said, this is all my opinion. None of it is 100% substantial hard facts. This is just my opinion, okay? Like I said, signing out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the little bell in the right-hand corner. Stay up on my notifications. Try to get me to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live. I like these videos to be a little bit more uncandid. Signing out, and happy holidays.